Hello, hello, hello. I am just putting up the advertisements for everything to let people know I'm going live. Hello, M. Welcome. Let's see. Announcements. Hello, Skylar. Hello, Lonely Lucid. How are you all doing today? Greetings, Jalix. Tech issues happen all the time. I'm just throwing it up on Twitter that we're going live. Chill Sunday Staxel. And we are up. Hey Google, welcome. Boiling pasta. Sounds amazing, pasta with stew. Jalix has some apple pieces. Hope everybody's getting cozy and ready. We've got our chill Staxel music. I've got some tea prepared. And I think we're good to get going. Well, Lonely Lucid, you know, as long as you can be here, you know, you're appreciated being here. Oh, hey, Base Cat, how you doing? Oh, it feels like forever since I've seen you. We've got Comrade Bulk. How you doing? Oh, Base Cat. And we have Comrade Cookie Cow, star of the show. Oh, Skylar, I hear that you're tired. Yeah, it's been, just feels like one of those days. I feel like I could have slept in also. Hopefully this will be a nice chill stream. These pumpkins are growing in nicely. I don't know why some of them are growing in slower than some of the others. I think I might have planted them like too late in the day kind of thing. So they're probably not far behind the others. Google, you spent the day in bed? Yeah, it just feels like one of those days, doesn't it? Low base cat. We're gonna... Comrade Bach, what are you doing? Don't eat the pumpkin. It snowed by A? Like, was it like a good amount? Oh jeez, there's so much to water right now. What are you doing here, Oscar? Get off my property. You don't have to water every single tile? Is it just the tile with the pumpkin on it? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Jalix. That is a life-saving thing to know. Yeah, it really would be ideal if it just watered all of them. Or just, like, indicated that. Maybe the Great Pumpkin will visit the stream. That would be nice. Maybe it'll grant our wish. Let's see. Oh, that is harvestable. We have potatoes. I mean, we have to be really good. Otherwise, the Great Pumpkin won't show up. I don't make the rules. It's the Great Pumpkin. Shows up in the pumpkin patch every year. The Great Pumpkin is from the Charlie Brown Halloween special, where I think it was Linus would go out into the Great Pumpkin Patch and try to meet the Great Pumpkin every single year. Unfortunately, he would never show up, but he believed in it. So he'd go out believing, even though everyone thought he was weird for it. Hey, Eris. Sell our potatoes. Oscar, get off my property. We gotta go milk, Comrade Cow. Cookie has no milk. It's always a sad statement. Yeah, I know it doesn't need to be watered, but it makes me feel better. I swear every time I get into this game and the music's playing, I just want to, like, relax. Sell some of this milk. Got some eggs. Skylar wants you all to remember to like the stream. I appreciate that. Let's see. Sus. As far as I'm concerned... Doug, you made it! How are you feeling? Yeah, Doug, today seems to be, one of those days, right? Like, who else was saying? Google was saying they were in bed earlier. I could have slept all day, I feel like. But I'm also glad to be here. Glad to be streaming this. Sunday Snakes Sunday? Lonely was the imposter. Lonely, you had told me there's a way to check quests. To see if I got the quest from, Eris so I could, get access to certain things. Click J. Okay. Did not realize there was a hotkey for that. But I do not actually have Eris's quest, from what I'm seeing. Even though it says I can't become closer friends with, Eris until I do more quests. It was Eris I was thinking of, right? No, it, like, specifically says that I can't become more closer friends with them until, Oh, they're not. They're there. Sorry, Leaf, I meant. Oh no. I can't find my blue bunny phone anywhere. What should I do? My life is ruined. I will go look for it. I think... See, you need to complete a quest before your reputation with the villager will go up. But I think I have the blue bunny phone. Also, Oscar really needs to get off my property. Base Cat, are you upset that Oscar's there? Me too. Who's the best kitty? That's right. think I have... Do I have a blue bunny phone? I know I have a yellow one. I have 2 yellow ones. I do have a blue one. Let's go. Bring the bunny phone. And just wait until we get settled in with the game a little bit and enjoy ourselves. And then I'll get into all the political conversations and stuff. And find a nice spot where we're in a rhythm. I did find your blue bunny phone. Please let me give you this as thanks. Oh my goodness, we just got a new chicken. This is exciting. We traded a phone for a chicken. Base Cat, we're about to have a new comrade. Oh yeah, I'll definitely check if it did, but I'm so excited we have a new chicken. It's Beaker. Comrade Beaker? I'm for it. Oh no, that's perfect. Rosa Kluxemburg. Google UN. Google wins the naming. Rosa Kluxemburg. So, let's see. Based off of our... Portland, what are you doing in here? If I say I'll do something, nothing will stop me from getting it done. Yeah, still don't have the quest. Was that the Discord in the background? I have to silence that. There we go. Yeah, Leaf is being difficult. I just want access to the shopping thing, the shopping catalog, so I can start getting things I need for my museum. Well, that's one of the things I need, I think, is a small fish display. Unless I already have one, in which case the museum's about to get an extra one. Yeah, I already had them. Okay. Two large fish displays and 2 small bug displays. Maybe he's pissed I tried to buy his friendship. I mean, I don't think they care. Jalix, you're drawing another tree. That's awesome. Let's see. Ooh. You're drawing a birch, and birches are your favorite, Lonely. That's awesome. No, please don't fat shame the birch trees. That would be bad. We love the birch trees as they are. A capture crate? That sounds really rude. I can't believe we just got a chicken for trading in a cell phone. Yeah, you need to complete a quest before any reputation goes up. I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me if I broke the game. Meow. Do cats always end sentences with meow? No, just sometimes. Meow. Maybe I could capture Oscar and the town will be saved. Well, you know what they say, especially in capitalist circles about iPhones. Capitalism is one iPhone, so I traded my iPhone for a chicken. And that's why I have communism. Hey, farm fan. Looks like you've achieved some interesting new feats. These are from the town to commemorate the occasion. Oh, thank you. I am keeping well. I traded capitalism for communism. I mean, that's how you do it, right? You just trade it off. Be my friend. Be friend. Give me quests. I'm gonna bully Leaf. That's how you make friends, right? You just walk into them. You sell the capitalism, you become the communism. That's how that works, right? What is I know I saw people talking about the birch tree being cool. What kind of trees do you all like? Like, what's your favorite kind of tree? Mine is probably pine. Just the feeling of being in a pine forest. Just the smell, the just appearance of them, especially in wintertime when there's just a small amount of snow on all of the needles, is just absolutely beautiful. Jalix, you're gonna draw all the trees? Well, if you draw a pine, definitely keep me in mind. What about anybody else? Anybody else have a favorite tree? Tyler, yes, that is another good kind of tree. Welcome, Tyler. How are you doing today? We introduced Rosa Kluxenberg into our farm. You can smoke all trees if you're brave enough. That's true. The interesting thing also about pine trees in particular is that every part of the tree is technically edible. The needles are actually edible and are a great source of vitamin C if you are in a situation where you can't get it elsewhere. Just a fun fact about pine trees. And there's not a pine tree that I am aware of in the world that is not edible. Yeah, you can actually make tea with the pine tree. with the needles. Having actually eaten the needles of a pine tree, it's actually not that bad. Like, it wouldn't be my go-to for certain things, but they're not bad. Also, the seeds of pine trees are very delicious. Pine nuts are absolutely amazing. They are pricey to buy in stores, but they are very delicious. You've never eaten tree before? You should try it. I know you've eaten ants. You've told us all about that, Skylar. Have tree with the ants. Correct. That's how you do it. Base cat. I'm trying to water the plants. Literal ants on a log. True. I think I got them all. I'm really looking forward to when all these pumpkins come in. Maybe I'll look into getting another farm animal. Maybe we'll get a pig or something. Do pigs find truffles in this game? Like in Stardew Valley? Also, did the town just turn into Halloween? Meow. The pumpkin feast descends upon the mortal realm once more. Why is Rhea amazing? Also, congratulations everyone, this is literally the nightmare before Christmas. We're celebrating Halloween right before Christmas. Each year, the great wise and the magnificent pumpkin. Mia, Rhea, I think you have the wrong person. I am none other than the pumpkin's emissary. Each year I descend to bring joy to the village. Mia. As a special treat, I have some recipes to get you started with the festive spirit. Oh, geez. If you use these to memorize the recipes, you can create some nice treats. Google, yes, you totally missed us all becoming primitivists. So what can I do for you today? What are you here for? Allow me to welcome you once more to Pumpkin's Feast, Mia. For only a few days each year, the barriers between our realms wane. In this time, we emissaries travel far and wide across the land. It's a time of celebration, Mia. We revel in the glory of the great pumpkin's favor. Participate enough and we might just make you into an honorary emissary. You won't be able to cross between realms, though. That's a right reserved for us real emissaries. But I want to go to the pumpkin. Oh, no, no. I repeated text. Thank you, mashing A button. What should I do? Was there something specific you wanted me to illuminate? How do I carve pumpkins? You need to bring me a few first. Okay, so I need to bring you some pumpkins. If you see a ghost wandering around, be sure to call to them. They're probably, you know, a person in a cave. I think if you're persistent, they might open up. So what can I do for you today? Craft me something. We can get a pumpkin hat and the pumpkin scythe. We need a pumpkin vine. How do I get a pumpkin vine? This is overwhelming. I don't know what to do. You'll find one at the center of the maze in the festival grounds. There's a maze in the festival grounds? What the? Shoo, go away, Mia. I'm a ghost, you can't see me. Stop talking to yourself. It's creepy, Mia. Ria, who's that? Wait, no, I'm a ghost. There's no one here, Mia. Ugh. What do ghosts sound like again, Mia? Mia. Alright, fine, Mia. It's obvious you can somehow see me. I really like will-o'-the-wisps. If you go out and catch me some, I might be willing to trade. 3 wisps for a random item. Seems fair, I think. You can find them out in the wild, Mia. Their glow is hard to miss. You might need to buy a bug net first if you don't already have one. Fortunately, we already have one. Also, there's a maze now. Oh wow, there's actually a maze. Oh geez. This isn't claustrophobic. Actually, this is not too bad yet. Let's see. Nope, that's a dead end. I made it! Ah, Anarchist. Shh, no one knows I'm here, Mia. It's me, Ria. You don't recognize me, Mia. Well, you made it this far at least, Mia, but that's only half the challenge. You still have to get back out. I'll give you this pumpkin vine. I found it lying on the ground over there. Quick, you better head back before anyone finds out I'm here, Mia. That wasn't too bad. I was expecting that to be worse. Of course, getting out is probably going to prove harder than getting in was. Did I just loop in a circle? That's what we call cheating. That's called working smarter, not harder. Yeah. Alright, I need to catch Wisp for you. Where's the pumpkin person? You. She did not, in fact, say that I had to, go the same way. Let's see, this goes here, that goes there. I got a pumpkin scythe. Okay, that's really cool. And what do I need for... if I want a pumpkin hat? I need a jack-o'-lantern. Come back when you do. Can I just take one of these? No, it won't let me. Okay. That's fine. We'll figure it out. Well, I'm glad that we got all this Halloween stuff. That's pretty cool. Take all these recipes and use them so I'm not carrying all that. I think that's all of them. I'm gonna... trying to figure out the max gifts you can give in a day. I think it's 5. But it's not even that I can't give more gifts. It's saying that if I give any more gifts, it's not going to do anything. Which is what's confusing me. Like, I have to do a quest to get any more friendship. And again, knowing me, I would not be surprised if I broke something. I'm looking for some test subjects for news. No. Nope. Nope. She's offered this before. We're not gonna be turned into a bug. Let's go see if we can find some of those will-o-wisps. Because that doesn't sound ominous at all. Is that a will-o-wisp? That's a firefly. Bug is the next stage in human evolution. I mean, maybe if your friend's Kafka. We're gonna have a metamorphosis. You admire its purity. Only thing else I'd think is after the event, go to Rowan and ask for rumors. Maybe they'll unlock the quest. No, I appreciate that you're determined to help. I just don't know what's going on with the game. Because I read in the wiki that you're supposed to be able to get the quest as soon as you become an acquaintance. So I genuinely appreciate any help you can offer. In the meantime, I'm just looking for these will-o-wisps. I like the Halloween music. Game's punishing me for union bust. I was not union busting. I was observing the formation of their union against company policy. It's different. It's completely different. Give all bugs to poop to Nam. You've been lurking, Em? Have you been seeing all of the Halloween goodness that is this game right now? The Nightmare Before Christmas, everyone? Well, here's one for you. And I caught you a cricket. Well, while we are looking for these lovely will-o-wisps that we gotta find to get some free items, or not so free items. Oh, is that a will-o-wisp over there? That's definitely one. That is bright. I was not expecting that. Nor was I expecting to find it that quickly. Okay, while we keep searching for a few more of those. How we feeling about talking about some political stuffs? Think we're ready? How we all feeling? Bring 'em on. I love it. So I actually wanted to talk about being an anarchist in this political reality. I have gotten criticisms from both on the left and from the right, and certain questions from people over the short time that I've had this channel of what my position as an anarchist is. And usually people on the right have this like perspective that, you know, an anarchist is supposed to be someone who just doesn't care about politics. But on the left, I've gotten criticisms that my politics are too ingrained in capitalism and too ingrained in the political structures and systems. And so I kind of wanted to just talk about that a little bit and where I come from in terms of politics. And I'm sure if you've followed me at this point, you probably know a little bit about it and where I'm coming from. But my basis in reality has been one of, if you are someone who believes in anarchy, you're someone who believes even in Marxism, that you should be someone that does want, at the end of the day, to achieve your end goal. You should want to either bring about socialism if you're a Marxist, or if you're an anarchist, you should want to eventually bring about the, abolishment of the state and all the things. And I do want that as an anarchist. I want to eventually see the state abolished. And I want to see, capitalism ended and us to move into a state of communism as a society. That's generally the goal I want. However, over the course of my life and over the course of my experiences with trying to make anarchy happen in my life, there's always something that ends up blocking it, whether it's a lack of finances due to capitalist, living and not being able to have money to go get the things that I want or need in terms of the means of production or land or whatever to make this space available in terms of anarchy that I'd like to see. Or the state involving itself and not allowing certain lands to be treated as commons and valuable. And so that means that while we're in this structure and system, we are negotiating against the forms of oppression that we're experiencing both from the state and from capitalism. And generally speaking, agreeing with you, Skylar, I would be fine, honestly, moving into socialism at this point, just based on how everything is. So my general perspective is, how can we negotiate against these systems of oppression in such a way that provides us the maximum benefit and the least amount of harm? Socialism or communism, I think, would actually work towards saving the planet, right? Like you just said, Jalix. We need to start moving in this direction. And so my position ends up being that while we are in the structures and system of capitalism, while we are under systems of oppression and all these things, it would be beneficial for us to move as close to the possibility of these forms of government or forms of not government, as it were, that we want to reach. So for me personally, I want to navigate this and change as much of the things as possible in the direction of moving leftward in society. Right now, I don't think we're ripe for a revolution, right? I don't think we're in a place where that can happen. We literally just had almost half the country vote fascist. If we can be real for a minute, it doesn't sound like we're ripe for revolution in that perspective. It doesn't make sense to me that we would just have a revolution and it would happen. I don't even think that a, general strike is on the table at the moment. But we can slowly start to shift perspectives to the left, and we can support people who want to push things even further to the left. For me personally, I would love to see a society where social democrats are the absolute furthest right that we're dealing with. When they are the embodiment of capitalism, that to me means that we've won. And Doug, like you just said, there's no workers' movement. Unions aren't a factor. There's no sense of UBI. There's no... Generally, people who are poor right now can't function in this society. I mean, if you've watched any of my recent videos, there's definitely an understanding right now that the government doesn't seem to functionally care about people, and a lot of people are on the verge of homelessness. Things are not good right now. And, maybe that'll provoke a lot more of a reaction from people to try to move towards the left. But as we're speaking in this very moment, I don't think we're ripe for that. So for me, reflecting on that and trying to negotiate these systems of oppression, it becomes... Sorry, I needed some tea. It becomes important to try to maneuver around that. Base Cat just brought us a hoodie. That's amazing. So for me... Oh, wow, all the pumpkins came in. All the pumpkins came in. Sorry for that distraction. This is exciting. So while I'm harvesting these pumpkins, for me personally, it's you need to root yourself in the reality of the political time that you're in. And that means defending and supporting progressive politicians in this day and age. Because whenever we're, negotiating our oppressions and we're negotiating what's going on, we are trying to do anything to loosen the chains. We live in capitalism. We live in this reality. So what can be done within the current landscape of political thought to start shifting people left when even people like AOC are considered to be too radical by not just the Republican Party, but the Democratic Party? And Jalix, exactly. We need to go at this from a materialist perspective, right? Like, we need to look at what's available to us in the moment. What are the actions that are going to take that are going to loosen the chains if we can't remove them entirely? What are things that are going to do more general good than harm? And it's frustrating to me, and I'm tying this into what I want to talk about with Jimmy Dore. It's frustrating to me as someone who's on the left that, one, a lot of people don't seem to grasp or understand that we can't just jump right into things. And two, that strategy is often out the window for a lot of people. Like, there is the idea, yes, if you're examining, for example, AOC, is she complicit in capitalism right now? Of course, we all are. Is she, generally speaking, someone who is propping it up and advocating for policies that don't remove it, but try to subvert aspects of it to generally make it more livable for people? True, and I think those are valid criticisms. And I think we can call that what it is, and we can call people out on it. But if you're someone who is, at the end of the day, going to make the claim that she is not trying her hardest or is evil when she is literally one of the only people out there that, like the squad, as it were, the Democratic Progressive Caucus and her, are some of the only people out there who are actually advocating for people. And they're limited in power. They're not powerful at all. And it frustrates me completely when someone like Jimmy Dore, who doesn't seem to understand, like, and I didn't know much about Jimmy Dore before this recent infighting between him and, like, attacking AOC and all this. Jimmy Dore is a comedian that has a lot of money, actually, and wealth, and is... Jalix, calling him a lefty Alex Jones is actually a decent way of explaining him. He is a comedian who has basically entered into the political scene and has tried to talk more about politics. I don't know how else to explain him, and I'm not really familiar with all of his perspectives. But from what I've seen over time, he is not exactly the most knowledgeable when it comes to forming political strategy. And a lot of leftists have really banded behind him to criticize AOC. But a lot of his positions have come off in this weird leftist reactionary position, where he is saying things like AOC is evil and she's committing acts of evil and that all politicians are the same. And I'm honestly getting sick of perspectives that everybody is the same. Not every politician is the same. There is no way you're going to explain to me that AOC and Ilhan Omar are the same as Nancy Pelosi and some of the more establishment Democrats. You can't convince me of that. And I don't think that's going to work well in our favor in terms of strategy. Should we be pressuring AOC and Ilhan Omar, and should we be moving in a direction using direct action to pressure the other politicians around them to give those politicians more leverage? Absolutely. We should absolutely be taking direct action. Take to the street and fight. But don't go calling them evil when they're the ones fighting on your behalf. You have to remember that in politics, there's only so much that one person can do when they only have one vote. They can only engage so much. But if there's constituents that follow a similar policy of them in the streets, causing direct action and appealing to certain policies, they can point to those people in the streets and say, well, look, we support this perspective. You can't just say, oh, well, AOC should call a general strike. You can't target her. You can't say that they're the ones causing the problem by not, engaging in strategy that really doesn't have value and meaning. A lot of what Jimmy Dore has been calling for very recently is a policy in trying to get the Democratic Party to vote on whether or not they're for Medicare for all. And I don't see the value in putting Medicare for all forward right now. You have to be strategic about where you're positioning your time, your energy, and everything in terms of, again, removing as much oppression as possible. What that means to me, we already have a list of Democrats right now who don't support Medicare for all. Primary them. If you're in a state that exists, that has these perspectives and opinions, like with a senator or a congressperson who does not agree with these perspectives, primary them. Find a progressive who does. Find a progressive who does support their perspective. Push them out of office. Start moving in that direction. And right now, I feel like Jimmy Dore is not thinking about that long-term strategy. I think he's thinking a lot about getting views on his YouTube channel and how if he just reacts and he screams really loud and gets really angry and uses hyperbole like calling AOC evil, it's getting people's attention. But I think it's hurting the wider message. I think it's bringing us into a very scary place in terms of not drawing into political conclusions. Calling for Medicare for all right now is not going to work. The Republicans will shoot it down in an instant. He comes off as a grifter to me, honestly. Like, I can't say for sure. I'm just gonna read what you guys have been saying. Doug, it kind of comes off to me as non-capitalist, having more of a capitalist mindset wherein one person can do a ton of stuff on their own, and any amount of failure is their system and not their fault, not the system's. I disagree about pressuring politicians like AOC. I think we should encourage them because they are having too much backlash from others. We should pressure others. Completely agree that we should put things into proper perspective. The AOC only has one vote, and they're doing what they can. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I think what needs to happen is you need to pressure the politicians around AOC and the Progressive Caucus. You've got allies. And a lot of times what happens in politics, again, is you need to pressure certain politicians so that your allies in politics can put pressure strategically in the areas they need to in order to guarantee certain forms of rights and get laws pushed through. Doug, and the Republican president for the next month, and Biden doesn't support it, so what do they think's gonna happen? And Jalik says that Jimmy Dore is playing this for clout. And AOC is the one they see, so that's the one they attack first. The rest are kind of invisible. And see, that's the thing. You know, if you're a leftist right now in this society, who are your politicians? Who are the ones that are going to rise up and bring democracy to the working class? Who are the ones who are advocating that kind of reality and truth? Is it the leftist parties that exist somewhere in a fictional space that doesn't seem to have any power? Because even if they exist, right, like, they don't have power. So the closest thing we have is the leftist, to leftism in this country right now, is the Progressive Caucus. Thank you, Jalix. They would not attack AOC. They would be attacking Justice Democrats. Attack the ones who are not doing it. Exactly, Doug. The Green Party does not have power. And I think that right now, the Progressive Caucus is really the place where you have to look towards that power dynamic and structure. Google, it's a tricky balance to get right, but if I'm going to criticize AOC, it's going to be for her public stance on the Bolivia coup, not for her M4A strategy. What was her stance on the Bolivia coup? I'm actually not familiar with that. King John, welcome, and, you know, it's always good to see you here. How are you doing today? King John says, to me, it's a waste of time. People are treating Jimmy Dore like he's Karl Marx or Emmer Goldman, which is absurd. His foreign policy takes are legitimately horrendous. You know, I was watching the Benjamin Dixon show, and he was the one calling it out. That, you know, and this is... I had come to a lot of these conclusions before watching him. And he was saying how Jimmy Dore is basically a grifter, right? And I can't agree more. I cannot agree more that this strategy is completely baseless right now. And the way he yells when he tries to, you know, give a point. Skylar, a grifter is someone who's only doing it for the money and not doing it for, like, the values or beliefs. So, like, usually right-wing people are generally grifters. They're just doing it for the financial gain of spreading certain viewpoints. But some left-wing people often will be grifters also if they can make money off of that. And right now, Jimmy Dore, for example, is making a ton of money off of every video he puts out against AOC. And all he has to do is scream and yell and put out those perspectives, and it makes no sense from a strategic standpoint at all. She wouldn't meet with a group of constituents who advocated for MAS, instead met with representatives of Friends of Agnes and tweeted the tricolor flag. That I was not familiar with. I am gonna have to look into that, Google. Because that might be like a legitimate thing to complain about. And Kim Inversion, I love that. Kim Inversion, that's my new name for Kim Iverson. Kim Iverson, I covered really early into my channel, and I had not heard any of her stuff, and she just seemed to have gone complete grifter when I watched her stuff. And I also get it, like, on some level, if you're covering politics and you've got a certain thing on YouTube, like, you're making money off of your channel, right? Like, there's a certain incentive to make content and videos. Skylar, Kim Iverson's another YouTuber who makes political content, but she's, as of late, she used to lean very leftist, but I know she was complaining about cancel culture and a lot of other stuff recently. So they can yell, but if a woman, person of color, leftist, queer, disabled, or any other person yells, then we're too emotional and need to check ourselves, just saying, too much double standards. Yeah, no, that happens all the time. The thing is Jimmy Dore was also calling out AOC before she was put into power, like, before she obtained power. King John, AOC is ignorant on foreign policy, but I do not think it's on bad faith. I think she's ignorant on foreign policy. That's why we got Elon and Talib. Maybe, yeah, no, you know what? Like, I'm definitely gonna look into what she did in terms of that. Like, I think that's important. But also, right now, in terms of the domestic issues, that's where her power lies. Right now, she's not the one making foreign policy choices. So if she has a bad take on foreign policy, I don't think she's causing any more harm than, you know, any president in the US history has recently. You know what, if she was controlling foreign policy and she had some bad takes, I would be out there complaining and criticizing her. And you know what? If she'd probably be somebody who would be receptive to that. Being bad at foreign policy is pretty standard for a lot of Americans. This is true. Jalix, please enjoy your cheese sandwich. I think as, like, generally speaking, as a leftist, I'm just getting a little sick of this lack of strategy in general. And this constant, like, policing of if you're dealing with the realities of today, you're somehow not leftist enough. Like, it's a really frustrating place to be. And you have to live in the material reality that you're presented. You have to accept the systems of oppression that are in place. I don't know. Like, I don't know how else to handle what's going on right now than try to work as we are and move further left. Bernie being president, I was worried because the US is an empire, and I feel as though there's something he would be forced to do because of the nature of US foreign policy. Well, you know what? It's actually funny because Obama, for all the memes about him, he actually came out and said that some of the stuff that he did was pretty out there recently. Like, he didn't have full control. He said he literally could not get Guantanamo shut down, and tried. That's kind of, you know, hard to hear. Also, like, if the president of the US doesn't have the power to get something like that shut down, who's actually in control with that? I mean, is it the Pentagon itself, or... like, where's the accountability? Is there accountability? And, like, I'm not trying to, like, go in any sort of direction with that, but, you know, when you have a former president actually being open enough to say something like that, and look, Obama was complicit in it all. I'm not trying to defend him. The CIA and the Pentagon, national security states out of control for years now. That's true. I mean, the CIA's been pretty out of control since COINTELPRO, honestly. At least since COINTELPRO. It's one of those things that make political scholars go, eh, well, when you ask about US democracy. For sure. it certainly makes the case that, we're not as in control as we'd like to admit. And I also get the anger, you know? I get the anger that a lot of people are dealing with. A lot of our top positions are not elected true Supreme Court justices, too. Absolutely. Oh, Eisenhower was the first one, King John, who talked about the fear of the military-industrial complex. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, yeah, they play the Pentagon. They let it happen. Absolutely true. And I get that everybody's mad right now. I get that a lot of people are upset. There's a lot to be upset about right now. And like I've covered in my recent videos, the statistics are really bad out there. Like, and I have no problem going over them again if anybody wants, but I don't know if it's necessary. There's tons of people who are on the verge of losing their homes. There's tons of people right now who are suffering and in crisis. So, like, I get that people are looking for someone to blame. I just don't think attacking your allies in power, the few allies that we have, and getting them into a place where they're potentially kicked out from that power is a good thing. Putting up Medicare for all right now might ruin it or make it harder in the long run. Making AOC, you know, an enemy of Pelosi right now, when she's already gotten kicked under the bus by Pelosi for the climate stuff and the Green New Deal, doesn't bode well if we push too hard. The seats that were lost in the House, that's a queen bee. So sorry. The seats that we lost in the House were blamed on the Progressive Caucus. Even though, you know, we can point to the fact that it was all the older Democrats who had no access or usage of the internet, who put no money in Facebook for their advertising. Yeah, like you saying, Doug, one person doesn't do anything. You need to get a whole group of that Progressive Caucus. There are ways to maneuver this. I'm also a little bit just frustrated with the questions about, you know, anarchists caring and leftists caring about politics. Like, we're supposed to just be these static people who, I don't know, angrily wave our fists in apathy or something. I don't know. Like, what is the goal of being an anarchist if you never actually make any movement towards it? Are we supposed to just wait until everybody gets so angry that it just happens? I don't think any figure in history has ever advocated for that. Endlessly repeating Engels and Lenin in our faces. Like some kind of theologians. Exactly. Maybe if we just keep spouting theory that's 100 years old, people are gonna follow us. If you're not speaking to the language of today, if you're not speaking to the material needs of people, what are you actually accomplishing? And there's things that we can do. There's things that we are able to do between direct action, between appealing and, you know, changing out some of the politicians over the next few years. Wait, what? I have never seen this before. Has this been here the whole time? Okay, this is really cool. What? What did I just find? Derek's, welcome. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Your xenomorph senses are tingling. Yeah, I feel like I've wandered into some strange place right now. With Dore, what I see are sock dems losing their crap because electoralism isn't working. I was warning people what was the plan after Bernie. Looks like the online leftists didn't have a plan. What's frustrating to me, King John, is like I said, it's not just sock dems. I am seeing legit anarchists supporting Dore's plan. And I'm just like, what are you hoping to accomplish? Like, what's the point of this vote? And I am doing amazing, Derek's. I am exploring apparently something new in this game that I didn't know existed. And we're sitting here complaining about Jimmy Dore. And I'm also gonna be real, like, how many leftists I've heard who are just like, you know what? You're not a real leftist if you're not ready to go out there and fight with Jimmy Dore. And I'm like, he was irrelevant. He was irrelevant 5 minutes ago. Like, nobody really paid attention or knew who he was. And I think he's just using it to, you know, build his platform back up and make money. I certainly didn't care about Jimmy Dore before any of this. And now we're talking about him. And that's really what I feel like he wants. Exactly, we know who they are already. If you don't endorse it, primary their asses. Heck yeah. Get him out of there. I do have a scythe. I have a pumpkin scythe. Anarchist supporting Jimmy's hilarious. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't understand it myself. I really don't. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't read Malatesta either. Would you mind explaining what you mean by that? Look, I don't know. I'm just as frustrated as I feel like everybody else is, right? Like, I feel like at the end of the day, nobody's doing well right now. But we're not going to solve it overnight. We're not. Welcome back, Jalix. We're not going to solve it overnight at all. You just missed us complaining a whole bunch more about Jimmy Dore and the political spectrum of things. Also, where is this located? This is... Is this only for this time of year? Too long didn't read Jimmy Dore sucks and is a hack. Absolutely true. Thank you, Doug. He argued we have to struggle with current movements even if we are anarchists and people haven't read theory. People like BLM and social movements, and we have to have solidarity, yeah. Well, that's the other thing. I also don't think Jimmy Dore gives a crap about social justice. And I think that's part of the reason why AOC bothers him so much. AOC has been one of the only politicians to talk about sexism and racism in the context of class in Congress pretty much forever, since I've certainly been paying attention to politics. Like, I can't think of a single politician that's really called it out as more than just, like, a surface level thing. Like, I know that there's been, like, the Hillary Clinton-esque type thing, calling out, you know, women not being able to be bosses as sexism and all that. But when I'm talking about, like, sexism, I'm talking about the fact that AOC literally was called a fucking bitch for certain comments, and how that's outlined for talking about race and class. Talking about people having to steal to survive. Like, she talks about this stuff and people just rip her to shreds. You know what, Jalix? Honestly, in this day and age, you know, some people get their theory from different places. And yes, there's secondary sources. But they're translations on some level of theory that's really old when you get down to it. No matter how we interpret that theory, if you find a perspective on it that makes sense to the material reality you're living in, I think that's more important than the actual theory itself. Not that I'm saying don't read theory and check it for yourself. I'm saying that on some level, there's so much out there that you're able to, like, get a window into where you should focus your attention. Also, how do I carve a jack-o'-lantern? Because I have 87 pumpkins. Exactly, Doug. It's all irrelevant if it doesn't reach material reality. Google, you're afraid that there's a growing group that's getting resigned to letting climate change play out and prepping to fight a war in the ruins. Maybe I'm an alarmist, but I haven't seen it on the left before. Honestly, anybody who's trying to push for that does not understand what a war looks like. They do not understand what they're accelerating towards. I'll tell you something, it's not pretty. That is not an outcome we want to be going towards. How do I make the jack-o'-lantern? Peak oil, global population, living standards, eventual war. The only people who are going to win are the super rich, and they can do whatever they want. Yeah. Absolutely true. Some people seem to think if you're a liberal, if you don't think it's acceptable price for socialism at the end of it. And I'm sure that would be some consolation, but it's not really a reason to try to avoid it. Honestly, I don't understand anyone who really thinks that's going to work. I really, really don't. The level of trauma, the level of PTSD you can expect from a conflict like that if socialists win, how are you going to foster a society based on community and trust after that? This is something that happens when revolutions get prolonged. You know? You lose that faith and trust. And the second generation coming into the conflict, if it reaches a second generation, doesn't even understand the conflict they're fighting for. All they know is fighting. Your ideals get thrown out the window in conflict and war. Take a jack-o'-lantern take the pumpkin to a carving station. Lonely, you were amazing, and that makes so much more sense than what I was trying to do. Oh no, I totally appreciate you just, like, being here. I have it at the carving station. Do I need to, like, mix it with something? Do I need a recipe for it first? Well, Google, it's a good thing you recognize that. I mean, at the end of the day, there are scary things going on. Yeah, maybe I do need a candle. Did the emissary say something about carving jack-o'-lanterns? Let me check. I have pumpkins. I am not giving you all 87 pumpkins. What would you like me to craft? If you're after the pumpkin emissary headpiece, you'll need to bring me a jack-o'-lantern. Do I have to use the pumpkin scythe, maybe, on... I mean, that wouldn't make sense. I think one of the best things to do with all of this information, right? Like, it's really easy to feel like you're drowning under all this information and all of the anxiety out there. One of the things to consistently do, in my experience with trying to manage all of this stress, is to remember in your daily life to breathe, to try to remember the good things that you experience every day. Since I see a lot of people like spiraling and talking about doom and gloom, remember the good things that you have in your life, the communities that you have, the people that are around you, even if they're online. Try to focus on those in those moments. And just remember that people generally want to do good by each other. Politicians have become corrupt. Politicians are being corrupt is as old as, politicians have ever existed. But there's hope. There's possibilities of making change. There's possibilities of moving towards a better tomorrow. And we also need to just take a minute and breathe and self-care. Find those little things, even if it's just for a half hour, an hour a day that you can do, that brings you into a warm place in yourself. A good place within yourself. M says taking care of the home's also part of that work. Forging relationships is countering the separatism that breeds the system. Trade 5 pumpkins with Rhea for a pumpkin carving station. Lonely, you are, as usual, amazing. How do I separate out, like, one pumpkin versus another? There is no aspect, no facet, no moment in life that cannot be improved by pizza. That is true. We're gonna just put this couch over here for now. AOC made the mistake and responded to him. Bernie never responded to Dore. For some reason, she's getting crap for this, and we all know why. Yeah, true. And just remember to keep taking those moments to breathe, you know? Lonely, it's been so hard because of the fear of Trump winning and losing disability if he won. So kind of coming back from that. Yeah. No, that's perfectly real. And that's the thing. They're always going to affect our lives. And we have to take those in stride. We have to take those moments in stride when they are affecting us. And take those moments to recover when we get those little victories, right? Like, a lot of leftists also said that there's no difference between... Well, not even leftists, right? Like, but a lot of people, left-leaning, said that there's no difference between Trump and Biden. We all know that was wrong. And that's just an objective fact. Biden's a lot of things. He's problematic in a lot of ways, but he's not a fascist. At least not in the conventional sense, right? Certainly not in the full extent that one would think of. Yeah, and I'm definitely sorry, Lonely, that that's an experience you had to go through, because that's horrible. And when you're dealing with situations where small differences like that make a huge difference, right? Like, they affect our lives. Biden was hope at least keeping me in a home. Yeah. Yeah. And meanwhile, we had these Bernie or Buster types sitting out there being like, oh, well, you know, there's no difference between Biden. You always go for the lesser evil in politics, right? Always go for the lesser evil. That's my strategy. Go for the one that's removing those chains the most. It's loosening them the most. Never the ones tightening them. And you know what? Life is enough to radicalize people in a lot of cases. It'll happen. I really hope you don't have to deal with losing disability, honestly. You know, and I hope that at the end of the day, we all get something more than this $600. Like, I know I made the video talking about how $600 is not enough and all that. On some level, I mean, I'm glad we're getting something. I'm glad that something's happening. I mean, it's absolutely true, Skylar. 600 is nothing. But I do want to remind people that even though I'm advocating that it's nothing, it's a drop in the bucket. $600, it's better than nothing. And it's that weird balance where you have to accept they are not giving us anything, but it's better to have this than nothing, if that makes any sense. Lesser of two evils argument's annoying because this only comes up with president and not Congress and the judicial branch. There you go, Jalix. It's marginally better than nothing. Yeah, and the lesser of two evils argument is true. Like, it is always, you know, with the president and not Congress and the judicial branch. We have no say on the judicial branch. We have no power there. It's sad that 600's better than nothing. Yeah, I completely agree, Rose. Welcome, by the way. I hope you're doing well. Lonely, by any chance, do you know how to separate out a stack in Staxel? Like, if I could take these 87 and make it 5 so I could give the 5 pumpkins and not lose the entire stack? I'm just gonna wait until Lonely responds if you're still there. Or maybe I can look at a control hint. Oh no, that's fine. I'm not trying to put you on the spot either. There we go. It was the up on the D-pad. Sorry if I put you on the spot with that. You just, you come off as an expert on this game. Certainly more than me. Let's see. I have pumpkins. Here you go. And you're not allowed to work, but we're also not going to give you any money for food. Oh, they only needed to take 4 pumpkins, and now we have the carving station, and we can make the 5th one into a jack-o'-lantern. Nice. It's absolutely ridiculous out there with that. Like, what are people supposed to do? We have a jack-o'-lantern. Oh no. Are you beyond recovery? $600 excuse is seriously we don't want to increase the deficit. I mean, what point is there in there being, like, even an economy if you don't feed people? At the end of the day. Like, they do realize that workers need to eat. The resources are already made. You're not losing anything by giving it and allocating it to people. Sometimes rich people forget that people need to pay. Oscar, what are you... We have a pumpkin helmet now. So there's always that. I want to go visit the pumpkin. Well, you know what? When everything is so easily paid for and presented for you, I think it's easy to forget that, right? Okay, that honestly looks a little bit sick. And we'll put on the hoodie. There we go. You want to punch people that made things this bad. We're the ones who support them. They were freaking with the economy shut down because they weren't getting money from us. You know, that's the other thing. I honestly feel like the $600 was designed literally to boost Christmas sales. This is what that's about. It's holiday sales. That's what they were worried about. If you look at some of the early articles from economists talking about the way the economy was going, it wasn't, oh, people need to eat. It was, people need to spend money for Christmas. The level of disconnect out there is absurd. Consumerist economy, absolutely. They're used to not having obstacles when it comes to paying for things. Things are either handed to them or they just push a cart around all day. You know, there's something to be said about the fact that a piece of plastic is like money. You don't actually see it come out of your hands. In fact, in this day and age, you don't even have to know that you're losing your money. I think that really disconnects people from that. Especially the wealthy people. Message retracted. They don't even have to connect to another human being when using a card at the store. I mean, you're also assuming, Em, that rich people go to a store anymore. They have people to buy groceries for them. I don't know. There's just a complete disconnect from reality. I think the bigger problem, Jalex, isn't that we don't understand rich people. I think the bigger problem is rich people don't understand what people go through. When most people were farmers, there was more independence. Now we feed from the rich just like they want. I'd have to think about that. I think there's ways to make this works. And I also think that, you know, a lot of people who are farming were also sharecropping. I feel like it was still happening even then. Like, I think it's scary to look back at the past on some level and be like, oh, well, that's the moment we had it right. Because if we did have it right, then that implies that we lost it at some point also. And, like, I don't think there's a moment that we can look at historically and be like, that's the moment that we had it. Not collectively as a world. I think there's been societies that have pointed in the right direction and cultures that have pointed in the right direction. I just don't know if it's, explicitly that, you know, when we were farming, we had power. I mean, that's me personally, though. Walmart and Amazon are bigger than ever. It's cyclical like the rise and fall of nations. I mean, I certainly see the perspective. I mean, that's real, right? Like, those are your thoughts lately. Definitely ruminate on them. Which look lonely? Do you prefer being called lonely or lucid, by the way? Or lonely lucid? What can I call you that would be preferential? Hierarchies usually do end up centralized. I mean, the more that one person can make things hierarchical, the more power they're going to concentrate. And vice versa. I feel like that's the loop. Tucker Carlson hates Amazon but never goes after Walton's himself. True, Jalix, true. Okay, I see the point that you're trying to make. I am not finding any more will-o-wisps. Working on a farm, from what I understand, is actually really hard work. I'm just afraid, honestly, of the romanticization of that kind of labor also. Power is able to accumulate when people are complacent, and then eventually it reaches a breaking point, and people organize around an idea and achieve something better, then the complacency creeps back. It's the whole get your hands dirty rhetoric. Yeah. Like, I am all for, like, because I've also had the fantasies of, like, I want to go live off the grid, and I just want my little plot of land, and I want to do that whole thing. And I think it's easy to slip into that when you want to do that. But it's also, there's also something kind of isolating about it for me personally when I would go into those fantasies. And also, that's not an option for everybody. You know, not everybody, even in a perfect world, is able to exist like that. Derek's, I almost feel bad, like, the way you said that. I wasn't trying to, like, criticize you. I hope it didn't come off that way. I don't think there's anything wrong with having that fantasy of trying to imagine something better for yourself, even for the moment. Look at the French Revolution. Concessions were made in a lot of places out of fear that... It truly is fantasy, like the end of Last of Us 2. Well, okay, don't spoil anything for me. I have not played Last of Us. I'm not reading that. Specifically the whole type of going out into the woods by yourself or those things. It's okay, Terex. I didn't read it. It didn't register. It did not hit my brain. You're good. I'm still trying to find another will-o-wisp. I think what Derek's was getting at is that if we can find ways to be independent, the centralization and hold that big companies have on society wouldn't be so strong. That's very true, Em. And I think that's kind of where a lot of those fantasies come from. We kind of want a sense of power in our daily lives. That's a very good way of putting it. And I'm also going to agree with Jalix. No matter who was in charge, there would always be politics around COVID. Maybe Trump made it worse, but that's definitely a thing that would have happened regardless. We are extremely dependent, Doug. That is true. I think it's just a call for power though, right? Like we want to feel like we can make a difference in our lives. Like we have a say in what's going on. And some of the systems are so big and so out of control that we really can't do anything. And we're also so disconnected. The way the system is functional right now, it's meant to keep people apart. The way capitalism functions, and one of, I think, its most oppressive purposes, is to keep people separated from each other. To keep people... It's not even about, dependency and whatever. Or maybe it is. It's dependency on authority to replace the positions that people in a community could theoretically form with you. Exactly, Derek's. It's disconnected yet dependent. I'm not saying that we'll be loving like we are little islands, extremely independent. I was getting at self-autonomy. People want to have even with community, and people want community. No, definitely am. You know, and I think that those type of fantasies that we often get, like trying to negotiate our terms of our reality, is based around that. Independence within a community that we're all members of, instead of a community that has conditions imposed from without. Now you all sound like a bunch of anarchists. What are y'all talking about? No, that's completely fair, Em. I hear you. Can't find any more will-o-wisps. Anarchy in my channel. What are y'all doing? I'm okay with people depending on me, even more so if I knew them. In fact, life would have more purpose. Isn't that something? Like, Derek's, that's actually kind of the most antithetical thing that you could say towards capitalism. Because capitalism says in order for you to feel incentivized to work and to take on burdens, you have to be put under the thumb of an oppressive system that demands something of you. But what you're literally saying is revolutionary in and of itself. Right? The idea that one could find purpose and meaning in the care for other people and your community as more important and valuable than anything else. That one could find the ability to work and move forward towards things simply based off of a desire to assist other human beings. That's profound to me. As someone who's disabled and had to be forced to be dependent, it takes a lot for me to trust others, but I'm working on it. Most times I just want to hide. Same. Yeah. You know what? How do I phrase this? It is hard in our structure and system. I forgot to pick up the pumpkins. Oh wow, you're absolutely right. I did. Thank you, Jalix. You are a hero. Apparently I don't have inventory for them. When you're in a situation in this current structure and system and the way things are done, the idea of being dependent on another person or having to rely on other people, when we're told our whole lives that being independent is the end goal. People have used helping me as a form of manipulation and abuse, so future trust is hard. That's Yeah, like, that is absolutely legit. The brainwashing and control that capitalism propagates is that we have to be independent, so we run to be completely self-sufficient and get angry to those who can't. And as Lonely just mentioned, we not only get angry at people who are, you know, not self-sufficient, but we abuse them. We make use of people who are not able to, you know, be independent. And I think that's atrocious, right? Like, we can do better than that. As Base Cat, you're floating again. Okay. You do you, Carpenter Kitty. Like, we can reach a point, and should reach a point, where we're able to, no matter our place that we're coming into this, no matter our ability, no matter what, to contribute as much as we're capable of doing, and provide and be autonomous without being completely dependent on each other. Oh my goodness, that's 51,000 petals. Sell. Sorry, I just committed to capitalism. Capitalism promotes getting resources out of someone, kills relationships, especially now more than ever. Absolutely true. Lucid, that is BS and angers me that people did that to you. Those are the type of people who've lost their humanity and try to prey on others because they want power, but it's false power. Absolutely. Doug, unsubscribe for doing a capitalism. You know what? We live in capitalism. I'm gonna capitalist sometimes. It's just gonna happen. Absolutely solidarity, Lucid. It's a system that promotes exploitation. The more you can get out of another person, the better off you are. Jalix, it is my own labor that I sold right there. There you go. I have someone in my corner right now. Defending my capitalism. Oh, blush hides? Okay. Okay. Lonely isn't here anymore. Lonely has left the chat. Worker co-op still exists under capitalism, but kind of are socialism. Oscar, get off my property. I mean, it's a pest. I should be able to catch it. Hit him with the axe. Better yet, pumpkin scythe. It's becoming harder and harder to find a place to store my brooms. I think I'm gonna have to install a few more racks. Does he have a torture chamber? I know we found his secret dungeon. I don't trust you. I will never trust you. Lonely, you had an ex that told you that anarchy was ableist? I don't know how anarchy would be ableist. I know that there are forms of anarchist thinking that have some problematic perspectives in terms of ableism. But it's certainly no more ableist than capitalism. I know that a lot of, there's some arguments to be made about certain forms of green anarchism in terms of that, and like the primitivist understandings of anarchism. But I feel like those are more suited as critiques of capitalism than they are as systems in and of their own right, personally. God, I love how wholesome you all are in supporting each other. Primitivism is kind of BS. What makes you say that, Google? Oh yeah, because modern medicine. Yeah, that's the thing that always, like, turned me away from that kind of thinking. Technology is pretty cool, right? Like, I don't think that there are... I think there are things we can take from primitivist understandings, and I think there's value in talking about that. But I also think that it's ridiculous as a system in and of itself. Skylar, primitivism is this, like, just as a general overview, is an understanding that society should basically go back to not having tech. Which honestly is silly to me. Like, modern medicine, modern farming practices, modern everything would just disappear if you're someone who's, like, I can't justify it also because it is completely transphobic. Like, the idea that you'd be able to get any sort of, access to any sort of hormones or anything would be, problematic. Like, anybody who needs diabetic medication, you can kiss that goodbye. Vaccines, bye. That's gone. Could you imagine having to sew all your clothes by hand? Oh no. No thank you. My hands don't touch fabric. Seen any masks lately? Are we a climate change awoken? What did you mean by that, Derek's? The world was at its best when bloodletting was the best thing you could do when you were dying of cholera. True. You know? Just get some leeches, you'll fix everything. A little bloodletting every now and then. I mean, Derek's, honestly, we do need to go back in terms of industrial carbon levels. That's absolutely true. But I don't think primitivism, per se, is going to fix that. Also, I need to feed my chickens and my cat. But my inventory is the full. Jalix, you sewed an anarchist flag into a mask? That's pretty awesome. Yeah, please share pics of that. That's so cool. You lost it. Like, I don't know how a primitivist is supposed to use the technology that you can do yourself. Like, I don't think that makes sense. We exist as a society, right? Like, we exist as a communal history. I mean, that's part of the argument for a lot of the understandings of anarchism in general, right? That we live in this collective understanding as people. So why give that up? Primitivism sounds kind of boomer. Time to go back to hand binding books because the machines are legal. You mean you want books in a society? What are you talking about? Books are illegal. How we're so removed from information, like how does a car work, a battery, clocks, internet? Oh no, I completely agree with that, but I also question whether or not every single person needs to know those things. I mean, it's great to learn skills all the time and to obtain more knowledge. But I think having each person have to know every single detail of every single thing is a little cumbersome. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but there's things I just don't want to have to learn. And there might be some basics in anarchy where, you know, I don't... Legal as in Fahrenheit 451. Yes, washing clothes by hand is a lot of work. Oh, we were just talking about, like, specialization and all that stuff. We're just disconnected from primary reality in a way, but the genie's out of the bottle now. I think one of the best things that has happened in terms of being able to do for oneself, because, like, I've made a lot of products by hand myself. Like, I've tried to, you know, mix things and create things. I think one of the best things that's come out is, like, something like the internet with YouTube tutorials. Something like that is a great centralization that if you want to pick up a skill and figure out how to do something yourself, you should be able to. Like, it should be an option on the table, for sure. But I don't think it should be, like, a requirement. I'd make the argument that we're more connected to primary reality than ever due to things like the internet, like Tara said. I love making miniatures of things, but not real things. Too much work. Fair enough. We're able to understand any given thing way more easily and other people's experiences with a click of a button. Like, honestly, YouTube is so valuable in that, because if you want a tutor for something, we are one click away from that. Like, how amazing is that? And also, you can contact anyone online. Like, I know in this day and age and in this society, like, people don't always respond or have access to responding to every single message or inquiry they get. And that may never reach a point where we are actually able to fully do that. But the idea that if we were in a society that didn't have the pressures of food and going to work 8 hours a day to make other people rich, that we'd be able to really spend time getting to know the things that we want to know. I don't think you need to, know how an engine works in order to drive a car. But if you want to learn how to, the engine works, by all means, do it. Everyone, the cactus people. I'm telling you. It keeps happening. It's all connected. It's all connected. So for anyone who wasn't at the stream yesterday for 250 subscribers, I had this conspiracy theory about a cactus that was being watched by an alligator with boots and lipsticks, and it was this whole complicated thing, and now the cactus is back. One of those cactus people from warmer lands. It caused quite the stir. I've been reading through some of our legislation in my spare time. Did you know that until recently we required all barns to contain a stack of empty crates? Some of the other bylaws are even stranger. I may start imposing restrictions on Cecile's experiments. I've been hearing some disturbing rumors regarding their subjects. There are limits to what constitutes ethical research. Why is this mayor based? The costs incurred in damages to the town are inexcusable. Why are they so oh no, never mind. Because we want green energy, Maximilian. It's not like that would do any real damage to the environment. I had to open my mouth. You have no idea how hard I fought to get this place classified as a town. By all rights, our low population should rule us out. But with some creative negotiation, I managed to get it through. In the end, no one seems to care. They tell me the opposition is trying to build a strong following. Not on my watch. I swear that traveling merchant is skipping out on his permit fees. You know the one I mean. The one with the funny hood. What? I'm not ashamed to say, but I got through classes because of YouTube reinforcement. That's amazing. As a person who's been immersed in Alien for 3 days, restrict that scientist. Fair enough. Oh yeah, I have to feed you, Base Cat. Let me feed you and our chicken friends. Here you go, Base Cat. Are you good? Chickens? Looks like you're doing fine on food there, Cookie Cow. Base cat dying of neglect. Base cat is okay. Cats can feed themselves. They will usually find food if you don't feed them. If, like, they're outdoors and stuff. We got the sugar cane, sell the mushrooms. And we can sell some corn. Oh, wow. 9,000 petals. I am doing a capitalism again. With my own labor, thank you very much. As Jalix pointed out. Sounds like capitalist propaganda to me. I own the means of productions. I do my own thing. It's okay. I'm allowed. Also, what is the difference between the apiary and... Oh, that's where bees are kept. Okay, now I'm about to become a capitalist. I'm gonna capitalize on these bees. The apiary needs a queen bee. Well, I happen to have one. Which joke? Did I make a joke? Am I missing the joke? Capitalize on them bees? I am totally missing my own joke there. Oh my goodness. I just got it. I don't know how to explain. I said I was gonna capitalize on the bees. It's a pun, yeah. Doug, do you want to explain it? Capitalism and capitalize sound similar. Yeah, basically. The queen is rallying bees. I have not only committed an act of capitalism, I now have allied myself with royalty. It seems pretty American. Like a true capitalist. Yeah, I don't know if that qualifies as a joke. I thought you were making a comment on capital B and capitalize. Like capitalizing the letter B. Because I think that's pretty funny too. Where's the ghost? You have to wait a few days for bees to get a smoker and then several jars to get honey. Okay, good to know. Okay. I'm gonna pull something from the other realm. I have a small broken tombstone. Thanks. I have not so much allied with royalty, but vassaled it, which would make you an emperor or a king of kings. Can we get a rip in chat? It's just a game to me, like a true capitalist. Fair enough. You know, it's funny there, because games like this, you can actually survive and actually become rich. It's like these games make capitalism actually function. You know, one of the things that was always appealing about Animal Crossing for me is the fact that, you know, you could pay off your house in a week by selling bugs. Like, really? Looks like something's happening in the village. Base Cat has brought in their gift. Base Cat, you made me a desk. I don't even have space for this. Amazing carpenter, kitty. Put the chair outside. You made a dad joke and capitalized the letters. That's funny. We can go sell the eggs. Throw the wisp somewhere. I think I have some space here. I don't need a swamp rock. What don't you get, Skylar? The joke is that the letter B can be capitalized. And I'm capitalizing B's. By literally turning them into capital. What don't you like that YouTube does? Oh, that's real. When you want to use emojis, you want to use emojis. Fair enough. Also, I did not realize how much of a cash crop this corn constantly regrowing is. Like, if I knew that, I would have planted corn in the spring. Tara discovering corn's a cash crop. Yeah, next thing you know, I'm gonna find other people to grow my corn for me, right? In true capitalist fashion. There's nothing messed up about growing corn. And then I'll do a genocide. You know, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Let me sell the corn and the eggs. You heard corn and came running back to chat? Yeah, we got a bunch of corn. Nice. Also, I think the portals are back. They are. I still want to know what the point of the ferry portal is in that little town that's up there. But now that we have this advanced axe, I think we can get a different type of wood. They were running from the other ferry that wanted the red fairies genocided. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Get a different type of wood to grow my corn empire. Truth. You know, I'm just gonna capitalize. Gonna keep doing a capitalism. Yes, I can cut this down now. Hardwood. Capitalist Terra, indeed. Wait, what? Does that just send me back? Apparently. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, lonely. I'm glad I was able to help with that. It took me a while to figure it out also. Capitalism's apparently when you sell things. What happens when you jump off the floating island? You just reset. Nothing bad happens. Fortunately. Yeah, you respawn at the beginning. I absolutely love this, that you can just, like, cut the tree and everything falls. You don't have to, like, cut all the way up. You always get mods that you don't have to do that in Minecraft. I can imagine. Like, 'cause I just picked up 153 hardwood. No dying and no jail for stealing. Truth. So that's the thing, like, in a game like this, you're able to, you know, make capitalism functional because, well, there's nothing stopping you. Like, there's no restrictions, there's no anything. Like, and the resources grow back immediately. You don't have to, like, spend time on it, and it happens so quickly. You can literally functionally manage as an individual by yourself. But that's not how the real world works. People judge you for stealing, which is unfortunate. Their friendship goes down. I have not stolen from anybody in this game yet. I've just boxed Oscar into the house and broken Oscar's dungeon. Because Oscar's a terrible person. Yeah, Minecraft is just one of those games that I never got around to. It always seemed like it was too difficult to get into without somebody teaching you the mechanics. Yeah, I've never actually played Minecraft. You know what, growing up with it might be a difference. Yeah, I agree. Having the quests and NPCs makes Staxel really fun. I'm sure. I'll have to check it out at some point. A city builder to post-apocalypse. I feel like that's really what it comes down to. Like, I lose my focus in something like that. Like, with this, I know more or less what I'm doing. Oh, is this an even... I need a stronger axe to chop this. Okay. So I probably have to go find out where those orange crystals were, and I bet I could get the orange crystals now that I have the blue axe. The blue pickaxe. That would be a really cool game, Lucid. I thought I missed that jump. No! Oh, geez. Will that happen? Dead indeed. A Pokemon game with Stardew Valley thrown on? Yeah, definitely post that, because that sounds awesome. Let me... That sounds really cool. Yeah, please post that, Jalix. Oh, there's still will-o-wisps. Okay, I get that's not a bug. There we go. Can you grow cash crops in the game? Doug's not laying off me being a capitalist. Well, Jalix, have a great night. I know it's pretty late for you. We'll probably be going for about another hour or so. "75% of personalities making jokes like that." That's fair. I allow this. You know, in my capitalism. Why capitalisms? Why not capitalisms? Have you thought about that? I did try not to have capitalism by selling iPhone. Yes, I immediately went back. I think the funniest thing is in this game is the fact that I can go through the portals and just bring a bed with me and just live in Portal Land. Okay, well, I didn't use slave labor. Unless you're counting me as a slave to my own labor. Yet. Fair enough. I am my own slave. Is that what we're going with? Okay, fair enough. Can't argue with that logic. We are all slaves to our biology. Yeah, I feel that too. when you go for the joke and you end up touching on an existential crisis of everyone. Or not so existential crisis. So many levels of oof. For real. At least it was an accidental innuendo as well. Or maybe what you mean is it should have been accidental innuendo as well. The queen has rallied a bee. I am gonna try to find those crystals. Are the orange ones after the blue ones in terms of upgrade? I don't even remember how to get to those orange ones. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Also, I didn't bring the bed with me, did I? I totally forgot. That was like the whole point of what I did bring the bed with me. I'm good. Also, it looks like the portals resets every season, so that's cool. Was it this one that led me to the ones I wanted? Ooh, chest. 100 magic lights. Okay, these are the blue crystals. Which I think I needed a few more of to fully upgrade all my stuff anyway. You can buy a sleeping bag for aesthetic. Awesome portal going. I just carry a bed in my pocket. Because that's something I can do. Don't you all carry pocket beds with you wherever you go? Yeah, like Doug said. Pocket beds are normal. And I don't want to hear anybody tell me otherwise. Pocket beds are literally the only good thing to come out of capitalism. Clearly, you've never heard of a refrigerator. It was Anarcho-Bidenist Order 2056. Your Antifa membership is now rescinded. Fair enough. I just want to get to the orange crystals. I should have enough blue crystals now. Or is it red? Red crystal. Pink crystals. Okay. I knew it was a color that was vaguely red. How many pink crystals do I need to upgrade things? Also, is it bad I want to steal these floor tiles? Don't you remember when Biden said we'll have a pickup truck in every driveway and a bed in every pocket? I remember that. You know, base Biden protecting our pockets. The empowerment of pockets. Pocket beds. He clearly played too Animal Crossing. I wish there was a way to, like, make a light that your person, like, had. Because sometimes I get lost at how dark this gets. And I know that's technically what the magic lights are for. But it would just be nice to have, like, a lantern or something. Or if the mining helmet actually worked, because I couldn't figure out how to turn that on. No pocket light. No, nobody's invented a pocket light. That's ridiculous. Also, I feel like we'd call something like that a flashlight. I mean, we technically have magic lights. They're close enough. Does anybody know how many pink crystals I need to upgrade things? Pocket technology is incompatible with magic. This is true. How deep does that marble go? This is so much better than breaking each brick individually. Oh no. What have I done? Okay, there we go. When you trap yourself in a wall. Who's disrespecting pocket beds? Don't disrespect pocket beds. They're the greatest invention of all time. And think of the jobs. Tutor, you don't respect pocket beds? Also, how are you doing? Welcome. But if you don't respect pocket beds, I'm gonna kindly ask you to go get a pocket bed and learn. Learn the magic that is pocket beds. Gulag. The magic light factories that would go out of business if we pursued this crazy idea of pocket lights. This is true. Do you really want to destroy all the magic factories? Okay, Lonely, that is an absolutely true statement. We need to fix that, actually. I am advocating a policy of pockets for all. Because there are some clothing, they go in the pocket bed purse, sold separately. No, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. We need pockets for all. Pockets for all is the new policy I'm running on. Pocket bed reform. The inability to have pockets for certain types of clothing is absurd, and I think the idea of putting fake pockets onto things is a problem. Therefore, I completely agree that we should have pocket beds for all. Who's gonna pay for it is what I want to know. Well, maybe we could take some of that magic money. Well, if you go, Skylar, I hope you enjoy your nap. How many pink crystals I got? 51, jeez. Am I able to see what I would need to... No, I don't have anything for the pink crystals yet. Maybe I get that when I get back. That is so much faster. That is absurdly faster. And a lot less button mashy. I'm gonna be real. That's the other good part about this. I've entered the industrial age. Soon society will be messed up. Why? Because I can pickaxe multiple things at once? Yeah, I don't know about that particular manifesto. I read a different manifesto by this strange person who wants everybody to have pocket beds. I think only certain classes of people should have pocket beds. But everyone should have pockets in case they ever, you know, get the right to pocket beds one day. Okay, apparently I cannot functionally climb this. What if I just tore this all down? Everyone should have the possibility of getting a pocket bed, but nobody should have a pocket light. This is true. Or apparently the ability to jump properly. There we go. Let's just place a magic light, like, right there. I don't think I can make that jump. Also, how am I doing this? I want to get over there. Anybody have any suggestions on how I get up there? I don't have anything to build, though. I mean, the best I have is this, which I could stack up, like, 2. Maybe I can make that now? Nope. The stone can't be used. The stone has to be processed. Unless I dig up. Like, kind of just, like, form, like, a staircase for myself. Could do that. Just make a, like, a big, long, windy staircase up. put another light here. There we go. Can I send a screenshot of my character on Discord so you can draw me? Sure. I could do that. Let's see. I learned that you can't have raw stone, you need to cook it first to be able to enjoy it. This is true. You need to have pocket beds, magic lights, and you need to cook your stone. This is true political discourse right here. Society's always been like this and there's no other way. Why can't I break? Okay, there we go. What is this magic ceiling that I can't break? I need a pickaxe to break it, but it won't break. It's probably the end of the map. Oh yeah, I'm above where I wanted to be. I just realized. Talk about being an overachiever. Oh, I'm sleepy. You know what I need to do? Bust out my pocket bed. It's a good thing I have one of those. The very foundation of Staxelian society on display. Exactly! Just get onto this platform. Just take out your pocket bed. Let's see, where can I put my pocket bed? Right there, floating in the air. And then you sleep. There you go, pocket bed. Pocket bed died. Everyone, that's what happens when you float your pocket bed. Don't float your pocket bed. Don't ever float your pocket bed. This is what happens. It's okay, everyone. We recovered pocket bed. We recovered pocket bed. I repeat, pocket bed is secure. I'm gonna be real with you, I have no idea how to get back. I don't even know what back is. This is my home now. Poor base cat's gonna have to feed everybody. Take over the family business. Too bad she's afraid to start a union to do that. You know, theoretically, if I just kept digging in a single direction, wouldn't I get out automatically? Otherwise, this is where I live now. Maybe. Might have to accept the possibility that this is my home now. I live with the mushrooms in the cave. Speaking of beds and self-care, sleeping's important. Make sure you establish boundaries so you're able to get sleep if you can. True. That is good advice. Oh my goodness, I can go into map view from inside the cave. Tutor, you are amazing. Of course, that doesn't have any depth perception. So I could be deep within the recesses of everything. Oh my goodness, I'm back in this room. Like, I'm technically under the portal. To go back home. You'd think that, but I hit a ceiling cap somewhere. That is truth, M. I need to find a portal to get out of here. I found portal. I can go home. Maybe? Oh boy. This is not home. I'm assuming I can't break these orange crystals? No, I need to upgrade to the pink pickaxe. There are racist cat boys? What? What is this? Yeah, so have I, and I'm just genuinely confused how somebody takes a right-wing perspective. Well, now I know how to get into this room, which is good, I guess. Do I have to take this to return? Okay, we're back here. That means I can get out. Excellent. We made it. We shall return to Base Cat. All thanks to Pocket Bed. And now a message from our sponsor. 101 toothpaste. Mousewash, mouthwash. How's the Torture Dungeon Museum coming along? It can't be built because we can't get fish tanks. Because somebody doesn't want to be our friend and allow us to get a shipping catalog so we can buy all of these stuff for the Torture Dungeon. I mean, pocket beds have improved the living standards more than anything else in history. This is true. You can travel anywhere in just pocket bed. Now, when we eventually make pocket technology, you know, a little bit better, we can make pocket fridges, and then everything will be fine. I just found a blue sock. I found the other pair to blue sock. I'm gonna be good with all the Lost Quest items. True. Also, how do you lose your sock? I've been looking for that sock since the first episode. Let's see. I can put you there. Raw limestone. Base Cat, what's up? Raw stone. I have marbles somewhere. Right there. Oh, and I had a pink crystal. That's cool. Can put the star bits away. I can put my bed back in the yard. Because we don't need pocket bed when we have, you know, when we're not far from home. Can go do a capitalism and go sell our corn. Never gonna, yeah, I'm never gonna have to look for them. They're just gonna be hoarded. Thank you, Eris. I actually just did that. I should check on my hive. The power of pocket bed, always there when you need it. As long as you can afford pocket bed. Wait, did I just feed you corn? I can totally feed the chicken corn. I don't think that's appropriate. The queen bee has 2 bees out of 10. And mushroom. Nice. Okay, I have not found your wrench. Your wrench doesn't exist. She's been asking for that wrench since the first day, and I have not found that. But I found every other item. I wonder if I should try approaching Cecile. She's been on my mind a lot recently. Maybe you could give me a quest. Well, I certainly haven't seen it if it is. I wonder how my sisters are doing. Perhaps they'll have headed out into the world by now. With that, I could be out there with them. Maybe you should give me a quest, so I can be friends with you. No? Okay. Pig in a crate. Cow in a crate. A rooster in a crate. Can you make or buy a handling post? What is a handling post? If you're here talking to me, who's keeping an eye on the farm? Don't worry about it. I don't have a pig yet. But I think that might be a next stream thing. Because I'm probably going to have to, you know, build some sort of pen for the pig. I just don't know why Leaf isn't giving me the quest that I need. Um, Base cat? Base cat. Base cat, can you stop breaking reality? You little cutie. I'm feeding you. You can float in the air, but you can't get your own food. Reality annoying. Why does that feel like the most cat thing ever? Also, I love that I'm just holding poop right now. I did not mean to throw that on the... Okay. That happened. I only choose to suffer because I can't feed myself human. Yep, that's true. Is it bad I want to replace the stone with grass so I can extend my farm? Do you have postage and handling quest? I do not. That's the quest I think I need. Base cat, do not eat the bees. Shovel, shovel, shovel. There's shovel. Base cat? What you doing? I can fill in the grass here. And now I technically have more farm space. I wish that worked as well as it does in this game in real life. Okay. Maybe it doesn't work as well in the game as I thought. Base cat physics is a suggestion. This is true. I think that died. I need a scythe to cut that. It's a good thing I have a pumpkin scythe. Base cat needs a partner cat? Maybe. Can't wait for pet store. There's a pet store in the game? Um, you enjoy your bath. You're made to build it. Is that before or after I actually get to, you know, be Leaf's friend? Then they will make a god that can feed itself and it will destroy the world. Truth. You think it's a different line of quest? Okay. And I'm sure if I do... Where is it? This. Yeah. Now I don't have to work around those rocks anymore. Just a minor inconvenience taken care of. I'll fill this in too. Why not? We're here. The Great Wall to prevent Oscar. I've been working on this bionic eye for the past year. Would you like to be a test subject? It won't hurt. We just stick a third eye into your forehead. The Wi-Fi will do the rest. Your nervous system isn't Wi-Fi compatible yet? Never mind then. Okay. Once a month, Leaf requests permission to grow more trees in town. I keep granting it, but he never does anything about it. Perhaps my notices are going astray. Let's see. Hedges. Large sprinkler. You know, I can technically afford sprinklers now. Don't forget a picture of your character. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm gonna do that. I should actually go to the wardrobe and put on... When I talk to Leaf, this is what happens. Oh dear, I really need a broom. Yeah, I can get you a broom. Hey, here's a broom. You gave me fireworks. People always ask me to do things for them. I never turn them down. Sometimes it's hard to get everything done on time. And then it says I need to complete a quest before my reputation goes any higher with the villager. I mean, I basically just bought fireworks for 50 petals. Yay. Wow. Leaf just doesn't want to be my friend. Maybe I need to steal from Leaf and then lower friendship and get the friendship back up to trigger it again? I don't know. I really don't know how to get that friendship up with Leaf. Oscar, get off my property. Stop union busting. Comrade Balk doesn't like you. Exactly, union busting is my... Wait, what? No, I don't do that. What are you talking about? Leaf says he's feeling blue and wants to contact his family in the woodlands, and then he gives you the quest. Do you know when that happens? Because that just has not happened for me at all. Don't ask me why I'm going on this route. Okay, it hasn't happened, so I need to lower my friendship. Will stealing lower the friendship? Maybe if I try lowering the friendship and getting it back up? Should we try it? Stealing's always good. I just stole right in front of him. And I'm still at the same level of acquaintance. Did I break Leaf? Also, if I buy the sheep in a crate and then I steal, do I get my money back? No, I don't. Okay. Well, we're gonna have animal friends to set up for next time. Also, let me go do that wardrobe thing. I think I'm better off with, like, the cat shirt than the sweatshirt, though. And not do the pumpkin helmet. I think I put the cat shirt in my secret hideout. Yeah, I don't know how to make that happen. Yeah, there's my cat shirt. I like the mining helmet. What if I set the fireworks off in here? What'll happen? Well, Google, have a good night. I mean, I'm gonna be wrapping up like in 10-15 minutes anyway. I'm gonna set off the fireworks. If you give a gift to Leaf from the monster category, what counts as a monster? Oh, geez. That was the fireworks. Yeah, don't set off fireworks indoors, apparently. Night, Google. I think I'm gonna sort out the outfit and call it a stream. I think we had a good run. Let's see, how's the bees doing? Leave it to me to break the game. Let's see what we can do about this wardrobe situation. Got that, and that. Mining helmet. Do we want the tank top or do we want cat shirt? Probably the tank top. Let me screenshot this. Boom. That is taken care of. And next time we meet, I will try to get us a spot for the sheep and the pig in a crate, and we will have to come up with names. So definitely come up with some names for sheep and for a pig. I cannot get a dog yet. Not that I know of. Yeah, definitely suggest the names on Discord. Name it Carl Barks. That's amazing. I hope you all enjoyed. It was a lot of fun. I think we had a good mix of political discussion and chilling in Staxel. Soon I'll be able to at the pet store. That's good to know. I hope you all have a good night or good whatever time zone you all are in. And I know, Doug, you want me to do this, so I'm gonna do it for you and you alone. With that said, my name is Anarchist Tara. I hope you enjoyed watching.